Russia has warned that the entry of Finland and Sweden into NATO would lead to a militarisation of the Baltic region. The Russian Deputy Foreign Minister said they would respond to any deployment of nuclear weapons near Russian borders. The foreign ministers of Sweden and Finland are due to meet their NATO colleagues in Berlin today. The meeting comes as elite troops take part in NATO's largest special forces exercise right across the alliance's eastern flank. Our defence correspondent Jonathan Beale has been given rare access to see them train.
In the Black Sea, a team of special forces from Romania, the US and the UK are about to raid a ship that's been hijacked. This is just an exercise, but there's a real war nearby in neighbouring Ukraine. These elite troops could be part of any NATO response if the conflict spreads. This is a rare glimpse into the sensitive world of covert special operations, and we've been asked not to reveal identities.
I think everyone is, every person is a little bit worried when it's a conflict next to its border. It's a normal thing, but it is what it is. We have to be prepared.
Tensions have been rising here on the Black Sea ever since Russia first invaded Crimea and now with its war in Ukraine. NATO's response has been to dramatically step up its military presence and activities in this region. Trojan Footprint is NATO's largest special forces exercise, taking place right across its eastern flank. And they're already learning vital lessons from the war in Ukraine. In Latvia, a NATO country that shares a border with Russia, special forces medics are putting those lessons into practice. How to keep a seriously injured casualty alive in a scenario when aircraft risk being shot down. We were asked to alter the voice of this US Special Forces doctor.
Ground transport is the name of the game, and ground transport takes hours, sometimes days. We're looking to see what are those medical strategies that you can use en route, in the back of the van. In these prolonged transports, what are the risks? The vibration from the vehicle knocking a tourniquet loose, for example. Things that we, again, didn't have to consider when we had this very robust system to deliver patients rapidly to the surgeon. Now we're having to retrain ourselves.
Special forces from the US, UK and other NATO nations practice at night the final phase of the mission, landing a US Special Forces plane on a narrow road instead of a runway to extract the patient. Ukraine's Air Force has been doing the same after some of its runways were damaged. It's a highly skilled, high-risk maneuver. In Lithuania, just 50 miles from another border with Russia, another team of NATO Special Forces are honing their skills, mounting a complex raid on an enemy position. NATO's Special Forces believe training together like this makes them a potent deterrent to any adversary. But more than that, they think it's already paying off for Ukraine's own Special Forces, who they helped train before the war began. Jonathan Beale, BBC News.
It's bow time. That's not a phone in your pocket. It's a beeline to Bojangles.
Shalom, shalom. This is Brother Yair Banyanya. Come with you a quick hit. But before I get started, I'd like to give all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahak Kodash. Double honors to apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect. So if you saw from the video, NATO is trying to get, Sweden and Finland trying to join NATO. And because of that, Russia is telling them it would be a good idea if you don't do that. Because, excuse me, Slovakia. They do that, NATO is in a position to, in a great position to attack Russia. And that's what this is going to lead up to World War III. These are events that will lead up to that. So we've been telling y'all to pay attention to the news, pay attention to what's going on with the whole situation with Ukraine and Russia and what's going on with these other nations, because As you see, Yahweh Hashem Yahshai is picking things up. He's setting the pieces in order for World War III to happen. But there's still other prophecies that still have to happen before that. But we just got a few scriptures to read to kind of go into. This is Mark chapter 3 verse 23, and it reads, "And he called them unto him and said to them in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan?" Verse 24, this is Yahushua speaking, red letter. "And if the kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand." The kingdom of these Edomites, of Esau, they're divided against themselves, because people of Sweden, people of Finland, people of Ukraine, they're all Edomites. They just speak a different language, a different Slavic language, but they're all Edomites that go back to Esau. So their kingdom is divided against itself, and it said that kingdom cannot stand. Verse 25, "And if house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand," because they're the same house, the house of Esau, Edom. He tells you again that they cannot stand. Verse 26, "And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but hath an end." So we see that through these things that's happening, Esau, Edom, the Caucasian man, woman, and child, they have an end. And it's when World War III kicks off. Because we know that's when Yahushua is going to come, when they're fighting with the heavenly hosts in the chariots, and he's going to bring down the kingdom of the Edomites. So we're in some marvelous times, brothers, sisters. We're that much closer. Just stay prayed up. Keep fervently seeking Yahweh Hashem Yahshai in these end days. And for the brothers, keep watch on the news, and keep watch on the news and filter it through the scriptures, so we can bring more edification to the hopeful elect to show them what's going on. That's it. I pray that was edifying. I don't want to make it too long, but I pray it was edifying to a flock. In closing, I'd like to give all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh. Double honor to Apostle Zeal is a great millstone. And shalom to the hopeful elect. Until next time, shalom.